It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
There, that's the right intro. You know what? It's damn it, I'm playing the wrong intro because I did a show with Liam earlier today. And then I pressed end stream. Like, wait, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. So everybody was on and everything. Anyway, sorry, folks. So I had to reload everything, make a new thumbnail, make a new. Anyway, thanks for remaining patient with me. And let's rock and roll. Hey, what do you got there, Parrot?
I got a Senior Frogs yard.
Oh, wow. Is that like McLean's Pub or what?
No. This is more tropical.
Yeah. Senior Frog. Well, you know what I got? I got a Fowler special.
There you go.
So is it going to be sent down? Like you said, you might get sent down this weekend. You think that's still going to happen, or?
Well, the way Montembeau's been playing, probably not.
No. How about the way Fowler's playing? I think he was okay tonight.
Yeah, 30 saves. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, how many goals against was it?
I think it was a donut. Yeah.
Not too shabby. First star.
Yep.
When's the last time Monty was first star? I guess it had to be last year, right?
It was last year.
Well, hey, looks like we got ourselves a promising young goaltender, just to say the least.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting right now in Habsland. 4-0 shutout. Kids played pretty well. My thumbnail. The kids are all right. Go back.
And that's not even all the rookies. Like you'd have to have a whole thumbnail just for rookies.
Well, I pointed out the ones that kind of, were kind of stood out tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Engstrom and Demidov were decent, but those four carried the mail tonight. They were all excellent. And then throwing a bit of the power horse there. You got yourself a tidy 4-0 win over Sid the Kid. Did you see the stare down by Fowler when he made that save off of Crosby? He looked over at him like, yeah.
What do you think of that, Sid? He was being jammed at pretty hard, and then he gave him that dirty look, and then looked up, saw it was Sid, and just tapped the puck to the middle and looked away.
No, I'm talking about on the power play when he
on the power play, yeah.
When Sid shot that one, and then it showed him looking at Sid just with a freaking confident look on his face, eh? And that was his hero, like that was his team, right? Growing up, so
that's right.
Like he's got some swag. You have to say that. There were a few camera moments tonight. That one was cool. The Kindle congratulating Beck on his, probably saw the two getting friggin' disallowed before. Said, hey, I think he probably said to him, hey, I know how it feels. Kindle scored his first goal this year too, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And Slav, I got a kick out of Slav there now when he scores. It's not the big, goofy grin anymore. He's just, he almost pulls a Dvorak, just. I've been there, done that, and like he's maturing. And I also caught another instance at the bench. He's sitting on the bench there, and he's saying he's, talking to Demidov and saying this and that, and Demidov, oh, okay. But Marty's behind him, eh? And just the proud look on Marty's face, it was just priceless. I'm going to see if I can get it off the video when it comes out in Instat. But it's like, okay. This move of putting Slav with the two kids is paying off, because it's like saying to him, you no longer have, this is your fourth year in the league, kid. Time to not to defer. Time for you to start leading. He can be one of the leaders on this team because there's so many young players. guys with less experience. He's now, middle of the pack on this team as far as NHL experience goes. So, hey, time to stop being the goofy teenager kid. You're not. You're a friggin' adult now, and let's go out there and start dominating. And I just, I think that it was a genius move for him to put him with Kapanen and Demidov, and we've seen the transformation where now he's leading a line. He's the play driver. He's the guy saying, "Oh no, you do this, you do that." And I saw him directing a couple times too at faceoffs, and that the kid's, he's no longer a kid. It's his 4th year. Time to start, dominating like we all expect.
He was ready for that challenge to be the cornerstone of a line, to control the play, to set those plays, because he was deferring to Caulfield and Suzuki pretty much the entire time. His job was get puck, throw puck at net, pass puck to those two. Now it's more controlling the play, carrying it up ice, making those controlled zone entries, and he's still doing puck retrieval, but he's also the shooter on that line. One of the shooters on that line.
Yeah. Beck has been really solid in this call up. Like he looks.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to send him back. Like when Deno comes up, and then Doc is back. Who's out of the lineup?
Evans.
Well,
sadly, that's what it's going to be.
But even
now.
Like there's still two players though, right?
Yeah.
Like Veleno, I guess, is one, but I don't know. Texe had his couple of games where you go, ooh, but at the end of the day, who's going to be giving you more, Texe or Beck? It's gonna you know what I mean? It's going to come down to one of the two here, because Veleno will be out, and it'll be either Texe or Beck, and you can't have Beck sitting in the stands, right?
No, you can't.
So it might be Texe that comes out, and or Beck goes back to Laval. It's one of the two, right?
I think it's more likely that Beck goes back to Laval, and it's only because they'd want to keep more veterans on the roster.
Yeah, well, do you not want another face-off guy though?
Of course I would, 100%.
Right.
But you bring in Deno, who's a face-off guy, and that's right. That's going to be their reasoning, in my opinion.
Veleno comes out, so there's one. You're replacing a left-hand face-off with a left-hand face-off, so there's no real difference there. But if you take out Beck, then there's one less face-off guy, right? But of course, I guess Doc also can take face-offs, although I don't think
yes.
I don't think you're specializing with him. Bolduc a little quieter tonight. But still he's still doing what he's got to do there, right? Kind of play a direct game. I liked that but that goal by Beck, that demonstrated what he can do offensively. Like he's a good skater.
Great shot.
And his shot is just, I've seen it for 4 years. That snap wrist shot that he has, it's NHL caliber. It's goal scorer caliber. It's one of his best assets, and he can score goals at the NHL level.
I think he's going to end up in the next couple of years becoming an excellent 3C. He's that guy that in your top 9 that you're going to rely on for the face-offs. He's going to add a little bit of offense. He's going to be extremely reliable defensively. They've had a long line of these types of centers in Montreal, and he's just the next one, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, then who's you got Deno, Evans, and Beck. One of them can't be the 3C. Like two of them can't be the 3C.
In a couple of years, yeah, no.
And
I don't.
Kapanen, maybe even Kapanen. So,
Maybe.
like, do you see Kapanen maybe being the 2C?
For the next couple of years, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, he's not looking out of place. The
No,
that play on the penalty kill and getting it up to Anderson was beautiful.
the interception,
Yeah.
the heads up play to see that there was that opportunity. He just did the little flick pass to center, knowing that Anderson had the lane. 100%.
Yeah. He gets under it. We haven't seen a pile of playmaking from him this year, but he can make plays. He's not just a goal scorer. You'll see as he gets more and more comfortable here that he's a kid that can make plays too. So that's his second big point on the PK this year. When Deno comes in, do you think they go with 3 penalty killing? I know they have in the past where typically they've got 3 units. They've been going with only 2 because I think they didn't really have much choice this year.
Yeah.
But do you think maybe Suzuki, Kapanen, and Deno, Evans, or do they go like, Anderson, Kapanen, but then if Veleno's out, who does Kapanen play with? Or do they just take Kapanen out and have Deno, and they might actually have Deno and Kapanen if they go with 4.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That might be the 4 that they go with. I think like Nick's playing 21 minutes without. He was playing 21 minutes without being on the PK. So, do you want him? Do you want 3 units out there, or will they keep going with 2? Because in the past they have had, like last year, Suzuki, Evans, and Dvorak they kind of rotated 3 centers, right?
And I think they'll go with that again. They'll still have the 3 units, but I think they're going to lean more on guys like Deno, Evans, Kapanen before playing Suzuki, which I think they're going to use him kind of like in a reserve. He'll play a few, but not that many. Like in a game like tonight, when you have someone like Crosby, he'll match up with him.
Right.
But they won't use him anywhere near as much against teams like Buffalo.
But they do now have 4 centers that can play on the PK, and that's you like that. Like ideally, center is the position on a line that you want guys that are good defensively. It's just that's the way it is because they have the most responsibility. They've got to get back in the middle. They just have so many other duties. And, the Canadians now are going to have a lineup with 4 centers who can all capably play on the PK. That now, with Deno in there, that center group, it's no longer a weakness, I don't think. Kapanen has proven himself. Suzuki, we know Suzuki. Evans, your 4th center. Deno, number 3. That's a pretty solid, not high end offense aside from Suzuki, but you aren't necessarily, as long as you've got the wingers that can produce, right? Having 4 really good 2-way, like responsible centers is what you ideally want, I think, if you want to win close games, right?
And the Canadians do have those wingers, so it should work. Not to mention you got Beck there, who right now is also another option on the penalty kill.
Oh, that's right. No, really. But we'll likely say, like when Doc and I think Veleno has lost his spot because of this Deno deal, but
in the long run, yes,
he played certainly in the first half of the game anyway, like a guy that, wanted to make it a difficult decision. I thought he was quite good. He had actually, I don't know, let's
Couple
get out
block
the
shots.
stats here, but he had a few shots and good chances. Let's see
And
what
he
he
had a couple
ended
of
up
block
with.
shots too.
Yeah, he did. What did they have him down for? Only 2 shots, I guess. I thought he had more than that, but he had some good chances and actually a couple of decent shots. They got him down for two shots. Okay. But
I think he blocked as many shots as he took too.
yeah. Yeah, he did. He's been playing pretty solid. Let's have a look here. Well, nice to see them ease Matheson back in the lineup. They only played him 26-48 tonight.
Yeah. And nice and easy.
Yeah, no. As far as ice time goes, Suzuki obviously led all forwards. Cappy with 18 minutes.
And it was a strong 18 minutes too. He looked good on every shift.
Yeah, for sure. Took 15 faceoffs, which is probably might be as high for the year. 47%, which is great for a rookie center. Anytime you're above 45 as a rookie center is good. 39% in the faceoff today. That's the only place where they really got beat. Sid and company are obviously pretty good face-off guys. Dobson +2, Matheson +2. Dobson, Hudson, Matheson all over 20 minutes. What was Carrier tonight? 22 as well. So the 4 big guys, and then Engstrom and Jack-Eye don't play it quite as much, but that pairing's not looking too bad, is it?
No, it wasn't. Engstrom, he's very mobile. He moves well. Jack-Eye played within his own strengths, so he didn't try to do too much.
Yeah,
you play stay in your sandbox. You're going to look good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't get a ton of minutes, but what the 13 minutes that he was on the ice, they were quality minutes.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, for sure. We had a couple of $5 from Mark. Had a nice surprise plan for you, Grant. We already had $5 from the regs. $15 from the regs. Okay. Yeah, like on the other, I didn't get, I ended the stream, so I think the money still comes through. So another stream, you got $15 in donations. Yeah. Well, I didn't delete it because I noticed that there was money in there, and I said, okay, great. So I'm ending this stream with $15 in it, and I just took the money and ran. Okay, that's what I did. Guilty as charged. Like, that was the easiest $15 I ever made. 10 seconds work, $15. I wish that would happen more often.
Yeah, Prime Minister.
Yeah. Yeah. Back at, so what are you drinking there, Sailor?
Gin and elderflower tonic.
Gin and tonic?
Yep.
Okay.
Just finishing off that 40-ouncer bottle from last night.
Okay. No skills development coaching tonight, eh? I hope not.
No.
No. Your elbow lift skills.
Yeah, we had the family over yesterday for the annual drunk fest for the dads. Finished off a bottle of gin for the most, except for one drink, and ate a Costco pizza, which I don't recommend.
No way.
Gin and Costco pizza. Yeah.
Oh, your stomach was a little unforgiving with that.
A little bit.
The Costco pizza, I find, is a little greasy.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
But it's so good when you're drinking.
Oh yeah, I know. Eh? Yeah. Well, it's easy, right? But so what are your big plans for Christmas? Are you You having a gang over or going somewhere?
No, we're gonna just do the family. The kids are gonna be here, and we'll open our presents. And I think the boyfriends will be here with the girls, and
Oh,
we'll make them wear the family photo. Everyone's gonna wear matching pajamas, just to embarrass the shit out of the boys.
good.
So
So
standard stuff.
when you say our presents, you're expecting to get presents this year, are you?
Well, I know I've got one. I bought it.
Oh, okay. Right on. So I just I put together a little thing, and it's one of the reasons I was late, folks, because I was busy getting graphics for this fine show we have here. But check this out: the under 22 talent, the kids are all right. Kapanen's 22, second line center. Beck, 21. Right now he's third line center. Slav, 21, first or second line winger. Bolduc, same thing, first or second line winger. 22. Demidov, 20, second line winger. Hudson, 21, first pair D-man. I mean, you can argue that, but he's one of the top two defensemen on the Habs. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Engstrom, 22, third pair D-man. Fowler, 21. Right now, anyways, top two goalie. That's not too many teams in the league that can boast something like that, under 22 talent like that, can they? Like that are playing important roles. I think there may not be any that are that impressive.
And you think about it, a lot of that is the 2022 draft, the first draft that they had with the new management team.
Yeah.
And there's still a few more players in that draft. Like Davidson went down to the minors today. He's been on that roster, and that's a fourth line winger. Rohrer still not tested quite yet, but I think he's going to get some NHL games. So you got 5 guys there that are going to touch NHL ice wearing a Habs jersey.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. It's a good group.
And the 23 draft is looking pretty strong too, with Fowler now, Jack-Eye, Reinbacher's on his way up. So there's 3 for sure, possibly a 4th with Konchov if he eventually shows up.
Oh no,
that's good drafting. That's what is driving this right now.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's you have to go back, and I was having a look back. You have to go back to 86 basically to find this this kind of talent under 22 or under talent on the big team. Like, you know, it was Patrick Roy, Richer, Claude Lemieux, Shane Corson, you know, that group, right? Svoboda, even Chelios was only 24 at the time, right? But
he was the graveyard.
Yeah. But and what happened in 86? Screwy was on that team too. Brian Scrudlin, 22. Mamesso, 20. Like, they had a and the kids, like, I'm talking like Corson, Richer were still teenagers. Svoboda was 19 or 20. Patrick Roy was 20. Like, you know, that was an insane group of talent there, and it was mostly thanks to the draft. Shell Deline was 22. He was part of that, you know. It was just, you know, it's been since then that they had that group of good young talent under 22. And what did that group do? They won a cup, they went to a final, and then they won another, you know, a lot of them were there to win the cup again in 93. So 3 finals, 2 cups with that, you know, the core of that group, right?
But they did have some solid veteran help there.
Absolutely.
Robinson was there. Gainey was there. Who else? Rick Green.
Oh, yeah.
So you had guys who were like, I don't think Green was Green even 30 then?
Eh?
I don't think Green was even 30 at that point. I think he was still fairly young, but he had good 5-6 years already played.
Yeah, well, he'd been drafted in 76, so he would have been 29 or 30. at the
Mhm.
time. Yeah,
Mhm.
right around 30. But I mean, in his prime, you know. Oh
Yeah.
no, like they, and even like Carbo wasn't that old then too. You know, there was a group
Yeah.
of solid both. And I mean, this team also has the well. I mean, I'm not even mentioning the old guys like Caulfield and Suzuki. You know,
Yeah. Super old.
yeah, yeah, like they're in their mid-20s. So I mean, it's fantastic. The just the potential of this group because those are all important positions. Like
Mhm.
we're not talking about any fourth line, you know, um, guys right now playing these roles, and even if they don't ultimately end up in those roles, just the experience that they're getting playing against other teams' top lines and playing against, other, it's invaluable for this young group going forward.
And a lot of these guys, even if they end up being fourth liners on this roster, they're as good as third liners on most. I mean, they've got an embarrassment of riches when it comes to talented forwards right now, and it's not
Yeah,
even done. They still got more coming.
yeah, no, exactly, yeah. So, I mean, so when when you take that into account, and you look at also the fact that the pick that they traded away was their second, wasn't even their own second round pick, and it
No,
was
it's Columbus's, which I think
part
would
of
be
the
the better pick right now.
yeah, part of the deal for Line A, which
Yeah,
Harris for Line A and this pick, which is basically Harris for Line A and Deno. If you look at it that way,
yeah.
right? What did you think of the pickup of Deno?
Um, I think that if you're not counting his actual salary, great pickup. You needed a veteran presence. He's a veteran. He's played in the Stanley Cup final. He knows what it's like to play in Montreal. So he'll be able to step in and he can provide you. They might play him on a second line. They might move Kapanen out of the way for a little bit to give him some of that. But at the very least, he's going to give you quality third line minutes. He'll be able to play a shutdown role, play on the penalty kill, provide hopefully provide a little bit of offense. I mean, he's not doing much this year, but LA's got one of the worst offenses in the league.
Mm,
It's so offensive. It's the lack of offense is so offensive.
wow.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
So his underlying numbers are still pretty good. You look at his expected goals for, his Corsi, the possession stats. They still look pretty good. So
Yeah.
he steps into Montreal, who is a little bit more. Uh, the ice is tilted a little bit more towards the offensive side. Even though if he sticks back and plays more defense, he's still going to pick up more points. I think playing with
Yeah.
Montreal.
Well, I mean, there's that familiarity with Galley too, right?
That's right.
I I don't know why I didn't think of this the other night when I was doing the night of the trade. I think I was so excited about the $100 in donations I got that night that I was just but we broke 110. We had $110 worth of donations from fans
Sweet.
that night, and thank you again. That was amazing. On Tuesday and Thursday
Drunken
night,
excitement.
$200 of contributions from uh, our loyal viewers on YouTube. So thank you. But yeah, could you see Galley maybe going back with? I mean, they played so well
Oh yeah.
together in the past. It just only makes sense that you get Galley back there, Doc Galley and Deno, third line. That
It's pretty good.
like I would say Doc's an upgrade on Tatar.
Offensively speaking, yes.
You know,
Yeah.
to a certain
And if he's
degree,
playing on the
and
wing defensively, I think he'll be good. Good
yeah.
enough anyway.
Well, I don't know that Tatar was great defensively, but
Well, more so than Doc, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I know Doc before he got his injuries. He was playing center, and I thought he was playing really good defense. But then when he returned from his injury, and they thrust him into a second line center role against other teams, having not played in a year, I don't think that was an ideal situation for him. But third line, playing against other teams' third lines on the wing, I think he'd be more than fine defensively. Especially with a center like Deno, right? And Galley can play pretty strong too. So I like the makeup of that as a third line, and then you figure out, who you have on the fourth unit. That could be nice with Evans and Anderson. It might be Texier.
More than likely, I think it will be.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, we had a couple of good games from Texier there, but over the last 4 games, if you were to say, just to rate their games between Beck and Texier and what all they can bring, I might give the edge to Beck.
Yeah.
So,
but
if that keeps
veteran
up,
presence, all that kind of stuff, I think they're gonna lean on Texier more than Beck. Not necessarily right away, but within a couple of weeks.
Yeah. How many NHL games does we're not talking about Mr. Veteran here, really. Like he's more veteran, but how many NHL
Texier's
games? Texier's played 250. 250. So basically 3 full seasons, right? I mean, Beck's played, parts of 3 seasons. So, I mean, not every game, but there's not a huge difference in veteran, really. I don't, but I know what you're saying. An older guy.
Yeah.
I
would prefer Beck myself.
Beck's got more grit. He's, he can win faceoffs. He's got more potential. He's freaking 21, and
I think he's better on the boards.
He is. He looks like he's, he's ready to play in the NHL. He looks better in the NHL than he did in the AHL this year. So far.
Yeah, I think he's the kind of player that plays to the level of his line mates.
Yes, I agree.
He's trying because he wants to keep the same speed. He's trying to play within the system with those guys. So he either slows down or speeds up based on who he's with.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And he has the skill to keep up with some pretty higher end players.
Yeah. And he's got that great shot. Texier's, I've liked Texier. It's hard to keep him out of lineup. Yeah. And even Veleno really has, played well enough to be the 12th forward, but it's a pleasant problem when you're getting to the point where, okay, guys that could be playing are going to have to sit, right? And that, getting Texier and Deno has added to the depth. And now as they get healthy here, things will change. But what do you think, Evans? Do you think has something to do with him being out before? Is it something that's kind of recurring? Do you think, or I don't know.
No, it's just this. They went knee on knee in the second shift. I don't think it's
right. Yeah,
it might. That's not something that he's had a problem with in the past.
No. Okay. Well, I hope he's not out for long. But with Deno coming in and Beck looking good, I think they can. If they're going to lose somebody right now, Evans isn't catastrophic.
No. With adding Deno, it's almost it's just a stroke of good luck that they got him when they did.
Yeah.
Because if they do lose Evans for a length of time, they're set up to be able to offset that loss.
And maybe they overpay to get, a Deno or whatever then, because they're having to deal from a position of desperation, right? So
yeah, exactly. Which
there,
in this case they didn't have to.
No,
Thank
there
God.
were rumors that it might be a good young player in exchange. Like
I think Beck was named as part of
Beck,
that.
Beck
what they were
was
looking
a
for.
rumor. Now, do you give up? Montreal's in a position right now. I think their window is now, the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Owen Beck can be part of that. Second
be.
round pick, it could be 5 years before they're even knocking on the door. So in that regard, and you have a better idea of what you have with Beck, and he was a really early second round pick. If it would have been up to me, Owen Beck or second round pick, I offer the second round pick.
Well, yeah, especially when you consider the Canadians have a pretty deep prospect pool right now. They've got a ton more picks. You can't
Yes.
sign all these guys and keep them, and not all of these guys are going to play for you.
Well,
so why not do an overpayment, in air quotes, for somebody who's going to be able to come in and provide a little bit of veteran support and some guidance and some mentorship to the guys that you already have.
yeah. And with the injuries and with the condensed schedule and everything, with them competing for first place in their division, I think it had to be done. And needing that left center too, on top of things to balance out all of the right centers that they had. And then it's also, we'll end with this because I know you need to get going, Blaine. People saying in hindsight, oh, well, why didn't they just sign Dvorak in the summer and keep him, right? But they didn't have they didn't have the room on the cap in the summer to sign him.
Not then, no.
So, and then you don't know that there's going to be injuries. You don't know that you're going to be in first place at this point, or second place, or whatever, like first in win percentage. You don't know those things in the off season. You don't know that Kapanen's going to step up and be as good as he's been. You don't know all these things, so it's easy to say, well, they should have done this, should have done that. But at the end of the day, I think Deno's a better. He's a better skater than, I think his pace is a little better than Dvorak's. Maybe not by much, but and the Canadians play an up-tempo style. And I think at the end of the day, he's probably better defensively, a little better defensively than Dvorak. And they really need that right now. And he's also a little older. He went to the finals with the Canadians, and he's been there, and they could really use that veteran, that one more guy in his 30s that has been there and also has been in Montreal before, so he's comfortable. So I don't have an issue with it. No,
not at all. Not to mention, at the start of the year, you wouldn't know how the Canadians would do with all these injuries. Bringing him in now is helpful because you got Newhook out, Laine's out, Goalie's out, possibly now Evans. Had this been a couple of years ago, you lose a top 4 defenseman, you lose 2 basically second line players and a third line player. The team would have crumbled, and now they're chugging along. So the issue now is, what are they going to do when all these guys start coming back? And with this embarrassment of riches, the Canadians can actually be sellers while making the playoffs.
Right. So get back that. Oh yeah, they can easily get back that second round pick too.
Yeah, and then use it in the summer to fill that big gap that everyone keeps talking about.
And there'll be like some of these prospects that young players, they can trade down the road for draft picks if need be at some point too, right? That are ready to play in the NHL, but there's no spot for them. A left defenseman of some description or whatever the case may be. They could easily get back a second round pick for some of these guys. So for sure. All right, Blainer, it's almost 40 minutes. I better, you said 20 or 30, so we better keep it under 40. You're starting to get those gin eyes, so I got to.
I'm going to turn into a pumpkin here soon.
All right, my friend. What are you? You busy tomorrow night or?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely going to be busy tomorrow night.
Okay.
But tomorrow morning, Treg is going to make an appearance, and he's going to record a show with me.
Oh,
Yes.
Habs Unfiltered there, folks.
Yeah, it won't be just me anymore. It'll be me and Treg. So,
Oh,
come watch.
okay. Yeah. After you watch me and Rick, of course, go
Yeah,
go watch Habs Unfiltered.
of course.
Okay. Sounds good.
You want to get the quality in first, and then you get the entertainment after with us.
Back to back Sunday entertainment, Habs entertainment for you folks there. All right, Blaine.
Yeah.
Pleasure as always, and go fill up your yard there and keep her rolling.
Will do.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. Blain Potvin. Blaine, something like that. Thank you very much. A little bit of okay, what's been going on here? Fort George, $10. Thank you very much, sir. Awesome content. I think so too. If everyone can give $2, we'll break the record. Oh, Matt, imagine that, eh? $2, guys. 189 times 2. Yeah, you'd break the record all right. I wouldn't know what to do. Trade for Crosby. He can replace Evans tomorrow. Hey, yeah, the Pens are on the way down. I should change my thumbnail to get Crosby now, eh? We'd get the numbers in. Oh, give a little shout out to Fowler. Great to see him get his first NHL shutout. He's I don't see him going back anytime soon, maybe never. He's just so calm, cool, collect. That friggin' pad save he made was absolutely amazing at the start of the second period. Just 5-bell save, Also noticed Texier took a few turns at center with Evans out. I mean, they can't get Deno too soon. They mentioned something about Deno. Did anybody catch that? When are they thinking that it's Tuesday against Boston that he'll make his debut? Maybe somebody if somebody can let me know there in the live chat, I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna blame Chester. Betty walked over the keyboard. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's a ticket. So who donated in the last one? Mark, I'm gonna guess that Mark was one of them. Glad you're back, Mark. I hope you're not getting hassled by anybody so far tonight. Mr. Paul. Yeah, Cleveland 2, Rocket nothing. Oh well. Who cares? You went to the game tonight, Paul. Got to see Fowler shutout. Must have been nice. Paul was mentioning that 62 looks like the real deal. And, when you see him up close, I watched him in his draft year playing for Mississauga. Loved him. I had him ranked 22, I think it was, in the draft. Liked him a lot more. I liked him more than Del Blues, and thought he should have been a first-round pick. The Habs got him early in the second. Had a really good junior career. Good rookie year in Laval. Maybe hit a bit of a bump in the road camp this year, but I think he looks ready for an NHL spot, and he can bring things to the lineup. Just yet another under 22 guy that's part of this fantastic youth movement that's going on in Montreal right now. And again, if you know, if you're at the other on the other stream, apologies there. I had the wrong intro, pressed end stream in a panic, and anyway, my fault, not Chester's fault. I'm not going to blame Chester. I'm downstairs. Chester never come down the stairs, so you'll never see Chester in the dungeon. He's a fraidy cat, but I love him. Seems like a night for technical issues. Yeah, that's right. The audio and that Sportsnet. I'm listening and it's got. Yeah, I switch it to another one and it's like they're underwater and then echo and yeah. Maybe you guys gave him too much money. Grant saw the opportunity to run to the beer store. Yeah. I did give it a thought. I mean, I just, I had a quick glance and I just saw, money, end stream, 10 seconds. Ended halfway through Dick's intro, thinking, hey, I can make $15 in 10 seconds. I'm going for it. So yeah, no, that's really what happened. Thanks for contributing to that stream, guys. And hey, I'll try to make up for it in this one, okay? Pierre Gingras, cousin of Gaston. Fowler can definitively handle it. So far, so good at the very least. Well, even the game where he let in 3, really, he wasn't that bad. And he hasn't, put it this way, his worst game so far this year is nowhere near the worst game that we've seen from Monty this year, or any of the worst games, right? I mean, it's been Monty lost 1 goal against. Oh, well, better tonight, right? Fowler is ready. Chase the face. Chase the face. Got to. Yes. And the Leafs lost Grant. Deja vu. I hope they don't have their first round pick this year, so it doesn't matter. Is that unless they finish what, bottom 10? Is it bottom 10 protected or what? I don't want them, if it is, I don't want them to be too bad, but you know what I mean? Just miss the playoffs by a couple points. That'd be perfect. They probably are good enough still to, not finish at the bottom, but you be careful there, what you wish for sometimes. I'm just going to pick up the live standings here. Again, I was busy getting my thumbnail ready. The kids are all right. Didn't have time to update the live standings. I'll just get a thumbnail here right now. We'll see where they're at. Flash Score has great. I like how they do it, where if a team's ahead, they just update the live standings. Although there's only one friggin' game going on with an Eastern team right now, so just bear with me for 2 secs here, and I'll get this up on the screen. Image file. Ta-da. All right. Carolina's first with 47. Detroit 43. Habs 42. Tied with Washington, 4th in the Didn't take long. They were 13th not long ago. Now they're up to 4th. It's how topsy-turvy it is. But as far as win percentage goes, they are tied with Washington. By the looks of things, actually, Philly's probably second in win percentage, having played 2 less games than Detroit. So Philly's second in win percentage, then Washington, Montreal tied. But Montreal, win percentage-wise in the division, is in first place. in the Atlantic Division. That's pretty sweet. They now have three wins, a loss, and a tie in their last 5. So 7 out of 10 points. That's pretty good. They seem to be getting back on track. Deno's coming back. That'll be nice. Doc, hopefully between Christmas and New Year, sometime in there, should be ready to go. I don't think Goalie didn't look too bad the other day there practicing, so he's not too far away. Pittsburgh sliding back now, 13th. When will the Crosby rumors get going a little later? I'd pick up Crosby too. Might as well make a run for it. If they could do it, friggin' right, man. I'd grab Sid the Kid if he ever came on the market. I think Montreal is one of the few markets where he'd actually want to go, to be honest with you. But even Ottawa, like, they've won 3 in a row and they're in 12th place. Like, it's just it's so tight. Boston now 41. That'll be a big game, obviously, against them on Tuesday. The Canadiens, with the game against Boston on Tuesday, will have played 11 games in 18 nights before the break, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So, no Sid the Kid not needed. Well, you can win if you want to win the cup. He'd be needed. You don't want to win the cup this year? Might as well. What the hell? Let's win the cup. Or at least win the East anyway. Donnie McCaskill's here. Beers, a great win. Cheers, Donnie. You don't need a freezer, man. You just keep. Oh, $10 super sticker. Thank you, my friend. As always, much appreciated. I've got one other thing here that I was looking at, and I'd just like to give thanks to it if I can find it. I don't know if I saved it or not. Yeah, here it is. Here is this is in the past 4 weeks. Donations from you fine folks. $428 in you've contributed in the live chats, which is just outstanding. I appreciate it so much, and then memberships are another $80 almost. So that's wild. That's crazy. Things are rock and rolling, man. If the Canadiens make the playoffs, I might even start making a living here. Especially if I can get a couple sponsors, then I'm laughing. So, but you guys have got me through here, got me through this period without sponsors. Able to have a Christmas, able to have a beer. So it's just highly appreciated that you've been backing me here as we build this great HabsCast community. Thank you so much. He's not traveling with the team. Yeah, I guess. Oh, Evans isn't traveling with the team? Okay. And sorry, what was the word on Deno? How much for a membership? That's a good question. $4 something a month, I think it is, for a membership. And if you get a membership, I'll give you a free membership to Patreon, which costs $5. So basically, I'm giving you 50 cents to become a member of my YouTube channel, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah. And also, the guy that sent me an email earlier today, I will be Ed Gaye. Ed, I'll be getting you your HabsCast Patreon membership there. Thanks for sending me an email, and I'll get you hooked up. I've been a little busy today, but some time by tomorrow, I'll get you hooked up there with your membership. Oh, just got a new member. Michael Hukilak became a YouTube member. Hukilak? Anyways, Michael, welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you for becoming the newest member of YouTube of HabsCast Nation. $14 is the top tier for YouTube's subscription to the channel. Yeah. Well, you don't have to get that crazy, but hey, Grant, which aspect of his game does Demidov need to improve in order to reach the next step? Biggest aspect of his game would be to get older. I think it's just a matter of time for him. Just a little more experience, you know. Again, I love that time on the bench when they showed Slav, you know, talking to him and saying, "Hey, you know, you do this and that." And Demi's such a great kid, you know. He's nodding his head and, "Oh, okay, yeah, oh, is that what you do?" And you know, he's so down to earth. You know, a little different than Michkov. Did you see the Michkov clip today of him arguing with the friggin' the two coaches? You know, they're saying, "Oh, it was actually the other coach that he was arguing with more," and Tockett's trying to calm him down a bit in that, but heard a lot of that. You know, there was a lot of white noise about him in his draft year and stuff. And one of the reasons why the Canadians, I think, passed on him in the draft. And I think, you know, we got a little bit of a glimpse of that today on the bench. Coming through town, Chop Steakhouse. Drinks a meal on me. Let's make it happen. Who are you talking to there, Don? CHOP. What town are you talking about? If it's Ottawa, yeah, I'll get together. But Michkov should watch out. Tocchet will beat him. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and everybody's welcome to come on for a hootenanny, for a chat at some point, for sure. And Donnie, I mean, frig, yeah. Ottawa airport area, yeah. Hey man, sure. I'll get together for a friggin' yeah. When are you coming through? Let me know and we'll make it happen. Do I upload these? Look, I do everything here, and I mean, some of them get loaded to Spotify. For Spotify, I have to download it to my computer and then upload it to Spotify. I have it on Patreon. I have it on my website, HabsCast, and YouTube. Spotify, it's ridiculous that what you have to do to start getting a return on it. It's like I need 10,000 viewer hours a month, and I'm never going to reach that. And I don't know. I kind of lost the enthusiasm for this. YouTube actually pays me, right? So I prefer people watching on YouTube. I know that's not perfect for everybody, but I will try to get in the habit of getting it more on Spotify. It's just, I'm at this point, I'm doing everything, you know, and it just, I run out of time to be putting every link up on. I had some guys saying, "Oh, why don't you know, have it where people can listen?" And he started naming these platforms I'd never even heard. Like you could spend half a day loading it to about 500 platforms, but I know the RSS and all that stuff. Anyway, bear with me at time. This boomer will get it. We'll get it on more platforms, but you know, for now, YouTube is where I'm getting the support, and you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem. Like, I can listen to you know, I can be doing something, listen to a YouTube broadcast, and don't have to be watching it. Like, I don't know why it has to be on all these platforms, but anyway, people are spoiled, right? And they have their favorites, and I get it. With time, I'll get it onto more platforms, but for now, I've got a Patreon, YouTube, and HabsCast.ca, my website, and sometimes Spotify. I've got about half the videos up there, but I'll try to get more loaded onto Spotify for you folks. Wasn't getting great numbers there, and I wasn't there. I don't know. And I'm definitely not going Apple. They just, for multiple reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. You subscribe to the sophomore bump, the good doctor on ice. Newman. Second year sophomore slump. Yeah. The Lane train. He has been rolling, eh? And a great game from Andy tonight. Absolutely. Anderson, Galley, Deno. Also, like, for now, right? They might put that trio together. I could see those guys. It's a good veteran trio, right? Galley, did you see him catching? Who was it tonight there? He was skating right with him all the way up the ice, and I'm like, holy frig, Galley. Who put the Jets on your skates? It was nice seeing the Bell Center crowd sharing the love for Fowler. Yeah. Well, as I predicted, they love when promising young kids come in and have great games. They just gets the crowd going just crazy. And it was one of the reasons why I wanted them called up, because Montreal was they were 2-7 at home, and they needed something to spark the crowd. Monty letting in a goal every one of his first two shots at home would just deflate not only the team but the crowd too every game. And I thought that, for the crowd's sake, for the team's sake, they needed that spark with Fowler. See how he looked, and he's looked more than good so far. What's that? 2-1-1 now, is he, as a starter? So, not too shabby. I was seeing, not sure why everyone wants to trade for a 2C. They have Happy and Deno. Because I'm happy. Yeah, Cappy. Can you imagine Fowler would have scored the empty net? The roof would have been blown off. Oh. My son got Dovey to send a video message for Father's Day this year. Blew my mind. Yeah. Fall on your mattress? In disbelief or what? Okay, who made the somebody saying about post that needs to be framed or something? Getting too many comments here, guys. Can't keep up. Yeah, well, if you really love Cappy, you wouldn't say third line. If you really loved Cappy, you would never mention third line. Because I really love Cappy. I don't say third line. Cappy's a 200-foot player. Yeah, and can do it all. Oh, but Jay Fresh said that Cappy stinks. Did you see that tweet? I think, he does great work with his advanced stats and all that, but sometimes some of these guys, they just they put all their stock into these advanced stats, and they don't. He obviously doesn't pay very close attention to him with his eyeballs, because to say that Oliver Kapanen stinks, I lost respect for the guy right there. You got to balance. You got to balance these advanced stats with what actually is happening on the ice. And with Oliver Kapanen, he's an example of where you can just throw these freaking advanced stats out the window. Like he, when the team, because of his selflessness, like selfless players do not do well with the advanced stats, because I don't know how many times this year, it's probably in over 100, that Cappy is coming up the ice and he's about 30 seconds into a shift. The other two guys are bringing the puck and he goes off, and they end up getting a scoring chance. It helps their expected goals. Their expected goals go through the roof. Cappy's don't, because he switched off, because he's selfless, because he's team first, and the other center goes out. It's usually Suzuki. He gets into play, and he gets a good expected goals for mark, because Cappy, because he's selfless and doesn't care if he gets a point or not, just cares that the team, that he's not on for too long. He shifts, he goes off. And then conversely, if the puck's looks anywhere like it's going to be coming back the other way into his zone, he'll stay out there and he'll take the hit. He'll stay out for a minute and a half. And because he doesn't want the shift, the guy that jumps on the ice to maybe be a second late to get there defensively, he'll friggin' stay out there, do his job defensively. The puck will be in their zone. It'll be around their net. So it hurts his advanced stats, right? And, there's a lot of, for a player like Oliver Kapanen, who is just so cerebral and so smart and doesn't, push the offense because he's thinking, back up my two wingers. He's never going to have these fantastic advanced stats. But for these guys to say, to look at just those charts they have and say, oh, well, it must mean he sucks. Well, he's got 10 goals and Deno's got none. And to make the argument that Deno has to be the second line center because he's got better advanced stats, well, does the 10 goals versus 0 goals not count? Is it only the frickin' advanced stats that matter? Like, that's where it gets ridiculous, right? You got to use this. You got to use your experience. You got to, you have to use your eyeballs, not just friggin' a chart that tells you, oh, well, that's the way it is. Like, it can't be any other way. That guy's no good. That guy's great. The guy with no goals is great, and the guy with 10 who's leading all rookie scorers, no, he stinks. Anyway, I get, you have to balance it. You have to, and I mean, I don't maybe balance it. Maybe I'm a little more towards what I see with my eyes, but that's for scouting for 25 years and, having a fair idea of what I'm looking at, right? If a guy's competitive, if he skates well, if he's really smart defensively, if he competes, if he has a good stick and, turns over pucks, if he anticipates the play, if he's got a great shot, if he can make smart plays like he did to Anderson tonight, if he can win faceoffs as a rookie, if he can go up against other teams' top two lines, playing with another rookie on his line and more than hold his own, that guy doesn't stink. There's my rant for the night. With the recent performance of our two goalies, I don't see how Monty can even get a game, regardless of his results in Laval. It would also send the wrong message, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to see, eh? Did you notice that? I think Hughes said something about, might be a week, might be 2 weeks, might be a month. I thought that was telling. And then after, like for Monty, getting another game in Montreal, and with Fowler and Monty just playing games that were light years better than anything we've seen from Monty so far this year, with the two of them in their last, in the last week playing games that are far superior than what we've been seeing from Monty. Like, Fowler made 3 or 4 saves tonight that I'm relatively certain Monty would have let in. And then the game would have been completely changed. So, do they risk, for the sake of trying to get Monty going again, going back to that? No. They realize that, you can be in 13th place in a hurry, and then it can just snowball from there. They can jump back into 13th. Like, what's the what is this? Just hang on a sec. I'll get this. Like Toronto's in 15th place with 35 points. They're only 7 back of Montreal, and they've got a game in hand. I mean, they win a couple of head-to-heads and win the game in hand, and they're a point back. So, the Canes are only a 6 Monty starts away from being in 50th place. So you don't mess with it now. They're trying to make the playoffs, and and it's quite obvious from them picking up Deno that they're going for it, and they think that they stand a chance of being in the. Yeah, he can be gone for up to 14 days. 3 games or 14 days, I think, is what they say. Fans won't give him up for nothing, and why would you give up a few good players and draft picks? Well, hey, newest member, I'll tell you why. Because he could help you win the East at the very least, and maybe help you win a cup or 2 over the next 2-3 years. I would give up quite a bit for that. And Sid's not slowing down anytime soon. He's a freak. He's generational. And yes, even I would admit that if they got Sid, then Cappy would no longer be the second center. But it's got to be something like that. Daniel Thornton, hey Grant, with Deno coming in, do you still want Stamkos? Hey, it's probably one or the other, right? Duke looking a little better, with Doc coming in soon, with them, 2 weeks ago when they were in 13th, and there was an obvious hole in the top 6. I thought, yeah, get them now, or you could be, you could slide right out of the playoff race here. But now, and with getting Deno, with Doc coming back soon, being first in winning percentage in the division, I don't think it's as well. I mean, now the salary cap really gets to be problematic, right? So, no, I'm not as keen on getting Stammer now as I was a couple weeks ago. Fowler wasn't going to give the puck behind the net tonight. Yeah, it was a hot potato off the glass and out. Yeah, well, hey, he learned from that, right? And yeah, like Kevin says, like when we get Crosby, Cappy third line. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a pretty exceptional circumstance, right? Yep. Hey, Montreal International Film Festival. I'm worried about Jake Evans if it's long term. Yeah. When is the Montreal International Film Festival? Maybe we should work out a sponsorship there just before. Get in touch. I'm worried too. I hope it's not long term, but with Beck, the way Beck's playing, and with Deno coming in, it's not as catastrophic as I would have thought. 2 weeks ago, when you didn't know that Beck was going to be playing this well, and you didn't know that you were getting Deno. But yeah, I hope it's not long term. Obviously, they don't need another freaking guy out of the lineup, and they're already young as it is, right? And one of the purposes of getting Deno was to add to the veteran leadership. If Evans is out, then that's one in, one out, right? I listen to YouTube at work, just can't in the car through the radio. Okay, well, we'll try to. Yeah. Spotify, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's just I don't have enough hours in a day right now, guys. I'll try, but it takes forever to download it to my computer. Then I got to download it to friggin' Spotify. You can't just put a link in, and they don't pay me a cent. So all it is a luxury for about 10 people. And I don't know. I get 100 people bugging me about it. I'll think about it. How's that? I feel Demidov has a hard time freeing himself from opposition. He tries using deke, but would need to do it by putting his body between opponent and puck. Yeah, well, there's things for him to work on. He's still, he's far from a finished product, but just turned 20. Great stats. Love his compete smarts. That's something that he's still got to get a little stronger too. And yeah, he's far from the finished product. So I don't disagree with you, Francois, but I think it's something that will come with experience. Hey, yeah. I'll like I say, I'll try to download more. I've been there are some on Spotify, but I'll try to get some more on there, okay? Stats are off a bit for defense that way. A player like Arbor will have his man covered, pinned in the corner, but the other team scores complete nothing to do with him, but there is a minus. Yeah. Beck is now 61.7% in faceoffs. Gotta like it, right? I mean, he's not going against the other team's top guys necessarily, but but that's pretty impressive for a rookie, no doubt. Doesn't surprise me. The goal is to make the playoffs for a team. Anything else would be a setback. Absolutely. Crosby is the difference. Not named Hage, Reinbach, or Zorowski, all on the trade. Which one gets package? Yeah. Well, like for Crosby, I trade Zorowski or Hage. I know some people are disagree with that, but I'd have one of them in the deal. A first, a high end defenseman, maybe 2 firsts or something. It would be costly, but I'd do it. I just the Canadians just have too many good assets, and he would transform, like make the team an instant, legitimate cup contenders for the next few years. I'd pay the price. No, I can't explain my capology is that's where you don't. I'm sorry, you're not going to get a. I'm the wrong guy to ask. Sorry about that, Mark. Come on, people, hit the likes. There's Dan. There's Aaron Asham's cousin, Asham. Yeah, hit the likes for sure. By the way, if you didn't catch it today, Brian Scrudlin, what a freaking man. What an interview. That one of the best, and I'm not being biased here, I'm telling the truth. One of the best interviews I've ever listened to, been part of, an NHL, and a former Hab being interviewed. It was just, he's a gem, and I highly recommend. I mean, they've only got something like 500 views. It should be 5,000. It's great. Absolutely wonderful interview, and anybody that was around for 86 especially needs to go watch that interview with Liam and Brian Scrudlin. What a man. What a terrific guy, and funny, and has some great stories. So you get an opportunity, please. I highly recommend you go watch Liam's interview with Brian Scrudlin. It was great. He had some funny stuff. Eddie Palchak about them. Well, I'm not going to say it. It's too funny. Are you going to do some live streaming of Habs games? No. During the game? No. Like, are you talking like what Chris Therien does with the Flyers or whatever? I'm too busy watching the freaking game, scouting, getting. I have to be concentrating on the game. Can't keep up the work if you trade those guys. Get someone younger, at least a few years of control. Yeah. Yeah, Mark and Fort George saw it. I'm telling you, it was entertaining. We're not over the cap. Doc and Goalie have been put on LTIR. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're working around it right now. Mets, Scroods, and McPhee in Digby, Nova Scotia. What happens in Digby stays in Digby. Yeah. Why don't we try and get Aaron Asham on your podcast? Yeah, well, Liam might. No disrespect to Aaron Asham, but I don't know that, there'd be a pile of people that would flock to. I mean, we're having trouble getting people to look at Brian Scrudlin's. Less than 1,000, I think, watched Ivan Cornway's interview. So would Aaron garner? I mean, maybe if there's a lot of Ashams out there, maybe just from family alone, right? You could get a whack, but I don't know if he plans. I know he's part of the Legends of Hockey, so maybe he has them lined up eventually here, but I don't know. That's a good. I mean, it'd be fun to talk to Aaron too. Although, it's not like he could talk about all his cup wins with the Habs or anything like that. But so that mean you didn't get any ptarmigans then? Is that what you're? Is that a ptarmigan feather or something in your? I should be on Hockey Night in Canada. Yeah, there you go, right? Thank you. He wouldn't have time for his HabsCast. Yeah, that's it. Beck is Evans' replacement, better on faceoff, scoring, touch, and physicality. Eventually, there's an upgrade there, I think. How about Knuckles? Yeah, Knuckles is going to be coming on. Probably Aaron Asham too. I mean, Aaron, yes, tough as nails. Absolutely. Does Struble make his way back in the lineup tomorrow? Well, with there being back-to-backs, maybe, but after a shutout win, Francois, I think you have to go with the same 6 defensemen. They were solid. So I would say that the probability that Struble's back in is low tomorrow, because when you how often do you change up defense after a shutout? I would think that it's fairly rare, right? I think the young lad's home here. I don't know. How long have we gone here? An hour and 25. Maybe go about another 15 minutes. Good. Something along those lines. And again, thank you to Daniel and Michael for becoming the newest members. Here is my I'll just put in my and I'm still I haven't got around to it yet, but I have some shifts that I'll put up for Deno's last game, that exclusive to my Patreon members. But here is my email, and if you want a free subscription Christmas gift, if you're a member of YouTube channel and you like a subscription to the Patreon, send me an email, Danielle and Michael, and we'll get you fixed up. Thank you very much again. Austin Allen, nice to see you back, Austin. What a game for Fowler. Habs have the best goalies. He did have an excellent game, didn't he? By the way, we've got 1,320 people watching, 1,136 of them on X. If you want to join the crowd here, hop on over to the live chat. Your comments will get read if I can get to them. And hurry up, because I'm not going to be on here much longer. Okay, well, I think we're caught up here. Did I miss anyone's? Thank you, Louis. Yeah, that's what I thought I'd heard. I mean, it makes sense, right? Frig, he's got to take care of his affairs. It's not like he was in Ottawa or something, coming from LA, so it makes sense. And might get a practice into right at that point. And just tuning in, who plays with Deno? Yeah, well, we had a little discussion about that. That's a good question. Given that they had such good chemistry together back in the day, and given that Evans is hurt now, I could see Galley playing with Deno and see if we can rekindle some of that old magic, right? I mean, they had a stretch playing together. It was something ridiculous. I think what they were on the ice for, like, they were hardly on the ice for an even strength goal against. It was just ridiculous how good they were defensively. So, they may consider that, right? Getting back Galley and then who else? Maybe at this point, Anderson, Galley, and Deno. Throw those three together, right? Have them as your third line. Maybe Texier, maybe Beck. But then you have could have another line of Beck centering Texier and Veleno or whatever. Something like that. And then it depends how long Evans is out of the lineup too, right? But Don, let me know when you're and we'll see if we can't get together for a meeting. That sounds good. Who did the Habs play tonight? Okay. Real late to the game here. I don't think Deno is better than what we have now. 0 goals in 30 games. Beck would have it like 10 at least. They're not getting Deno necessarily for goals. He's not that 27 goal season will never be duplicated, that's for sure, but he's not playing too bad. And I had a good look at him. Again, I'll put up I may just put up the shifts and not bother with the commentary on it, just so it's up. I'm just run out of time because I have to do another show tomorrow with Rick in the morning. And then the Habs game tomorrow night and the show after that. So I might just put up his shifts on my Patreon page. I like Engstrom, but not sure it's a good thing he plays on the right side. Yeah, it's not easy grabbing the puck off. No, it's not. Using a backhand while being rushed, get hand huffed a few times. Yeah, like Larry Robinson told me about that, where, that's the tough part. It's not, I don't care how long you've been in the league, it's not that easy to adjust to that. Yeah, it's not ideal, him being on the right, but he's doing okay as a rookie playing with Arbor on the right side. You got to be impressed. But that's 2. Yeah. I mean, the good thing about it is that Lane gets to play on his side then, but yeah. Hopefully that all changes when Goalie's back. Hey, Grant, thanks, bud. Glad to be here and wishes for everyone to have a great holiday. You too, Austin. Thanks for joining us. Sent me an email. Okay, good. LA was not playing Deno in the right role. I think he'll bounce back. Yeah. Oh, I think I expected rejuvenation, and he wasn't playing that badly. I had a look, and he's. I think he'll get rolling, but what they really need him for is defensive play, and he's really he's really going to fill a role. That was his main. He's a smart player and good away from really good away from the puck. He'll be a good mentor for Cappy too, because Cappy's kind of in that mold as far as defensive center goes. Way better shot, but there are some things that Cappy can learn from a veteran like Deno when it comes to the defensive part of the game. Okay, well, put in a 94-minute shift. If you count the first one, 94 and a half. Thanks for the sorry about the screw up, and glad that people got figured it out. That I guess you get notified, right? That another stream's going up, and we ended up getting great numbers again. Not like the other night. I had more than 6,000 people watched my Deno trade on YouTube and on X. It was like more than 5,000. Crazy numbers. So, I guess I have to try to, whenever big news happens, get on there, get the HabsCast out right away. But really appreciated the monetary support this week has been fantastic. 2 days over $100 total, like $200 on Tuesday and Thursday. It just blew my mind. Obviously, Don, thank you, Don, for the $50 one, especially. That didn't know that there was a red whatever donation button. That was pretty cool. I'll get on here, respond to your email, get the people their gift subscriptions, get ready for tomorrow's episode, and let the young lad, he had a long shift. He'll be wanting to get gaming, I'm sure. I read somewhere the second round pick is 40th pick. Well, wherever Columbus ends up, right? It's going to be something like that. I don't. Little early for me on the draft. I've been Habs centric this year. Casual tennis noob, so that's something that we'll look at a little down the road. What's this? Gifted 10 recruits HabsCast memberships. What's that even mean? You can gift memberships? I think that's good. Thank you, Don. Gifted 10. Wow. Okay. Don's in the Christmas spirit. So we're up to, I don't know, over 50 members now. That's pretty cool, basically, in the last 2 months, eh? Donnie is the first HabsCast sponsor. Yeah. I better go for that steak dinner, eh, Donnie? Actually, I'm looking forward to it. So I'll get off here. I'm anxious to see your email. That means you got $50. Okay, well. Don't know what to say, Don. Thanks, my friend. And Donnie for Prime Minister. Yeah, exactly. Before he is broke. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Okay. On that parting note, defense wins Stanley Cups. Fort George, you are 100% correct. Thanks again to everybody. Thanks, Don. Thank you, everyone, for this support. And we'll see you tomorrow night, right? Going to do the prospect of the week, the draft prospect of the week with Rick in the morning. We'll set up the table for the Habs game, the return match in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. And I hope you can join us after the game for another great one. I promise you that I won't cut you off. First $15, I won't cut the podcast off like I did tonight, obviously by mistake. And as Donnie, my benefactor, says, go Habs, go. All right. On that note, thanks again, and have a great night, everyone. Good night.